Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Sowing Seeds in the City. This is Shanice, and today we're going to do a small garden tour, but first I want to show you this raised bed. It's in an area that doesn't get any sun, the plants don't grow. As you see on this pepper plant, I'm starting to get a little pest, but on this cabbage collard, it looks amazing. I pulled up some other things to try to transplant them somewhere else, and look what I found. This is a cutworm. These destroy your leaves, your plants, all the way down to the root. Just ignore my daughter there who is giving a thumbs up. She thinks this worm is so cool, but what she doesn't realize is that it has eaten our kale, some of the cabbage, and other things we've grown in this garden. Please, I must say, if you are gardening, and especially if you're doing it the organic way, check your plants, check your leaves, and be mindful. Next, I want to take you guys and give you an update on my raised beds. As you can see, the dinosaur kale, it's looking good. Here we have that blueberry bush, and it's starting to get these little buds on the end. I'm not sure if that is going to be a flower and then it's going to try to fruit. This is my first time growing blueberries. If you know and this looks familiar, please drop something in the comments to let me know. And then here we have more collards that are growing in and looking good. They were half the size, a third of the size before. I have the celery stalks that are growing. They look healthy and green. There's no pest on either the stalks or the greens. As you can see, no holes. It's really looking healthy. And then we also have that small cabbage plant that is still trying to grow. I'm going to pull off those leaves that's touching the soil because they're just going to brown and die. Here we have the culantro. I'm not sure if the top is growing new leaves or if this means it's starting to bolt. So I plan to look on Google and find out. But again, overall, as you can see, things are finally coming in. And then if you remember, these are one of the collards I moved from the raised bed. It has tripled in size compared to 3 weeks ago. And this is another one here, and it actually has a smaller one on the side that is not getting as much sun, so I plan to move it. Now, the second bed still isn't doing as great. Everything is slow, but as you can see, my Swiss chard is coming in. The smaller one, Charty B, she's hanging in there and starting to grow. Then I have this collard that is doing well. And then, of course, the basil is always doing good. I harvested some yesterday. And then before, you saw me do a short, maybe about a week ago on this pot, but it is still growing and thriving. The collards, the cabbage collards, the Swiss chards, the peppers, everything is still looking nice, healthy, green, and growing taller. I harvested a little bit from that earlier this week. And as you can see, the peppers are also still hanging in there. Now, earlier, when we even talked about the vertical bed that's right next to it a few weeks ago, you could barely even tell what was in there. This is actually more dinosaur kale that is coming in, and then also the lettuce. Oh, maybe 2 weeks ago in one of the videos, I said I wasn't even sure what type of seeds I sowed in here because everything was so small and you could barely tell. But as you can see, just a little love and care, and everything's growing in, recognizable, and doing great. The carrots are also starting to come in down there. I didn't plant many in that pocket because I was too lazy to thin them. And then we have radishes at the bottom. And then as we walk over here, we've talked about the roasted tomatoes and it feels like it's starting to die out. So I'm wondering if it's probably time to harvest. I need to really get better at writing down when I plant things so that I know when the date is to start pulling it. But I did notice these little roots growing out of the bottom. So it's definitely doing something. It's not getting taller, it's still leaning. So I think I'm only going to give it maybe just another 2 or 3 weeks just in case my timing is off, and I'm going to pull it and see if we have tomatoes in it. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. And then again, I think on every one of my videos, I do my orange tree. And it's just because I'm just so excited about all the orange blossoms that are coming in. They smell so great. I just wish that there was the opportunity for you guys to be able to even smell them through this video, but it's this just sweet, almost like a honey but yes, citrus smell. And so my garden, I feel like it's heaven with all the things like the rosemary, the orange blossoms, some of the peppermint plants that are around. So again, that this bed is not doing much, but still thriving. Thank you all for tuning in and watching my channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe.